So this story takes place back in about May 2023 of last year, and I was about 15 and a half at the time, and I was dating this one girl from my school, and we were dating for about like 2 weeks now. It was like 2 or 3 weeks into our relationship now, and officially summer break has started. So like I just got out of school. School is finished. We're both done with school, but we won't be able to see each other for quite a while over the summer. And when I mean quite a while, I'm talking about like at least 2 months. Like we weren't able to see each other for a while. Now, someone that's like very anxious like me would just like love to just spend as much time with their girl for a couple days straight, or like see their girl every day. That's like what I used to be like. And I had this worry every single day that she was going to end up leaving me, or we would end up having problems very soon in the relationship, or she wasn't giving me enough securement. I always had these worries and these demons in my mind. And over the span of these 2 months of us not seeing each other, it was a lot of pain and a lot of sorrow for me going on behind closed doors. And I happened to never even tell my girlfriend about how I was feeling most of the time. And I would end up telling her about basically every single day that I felt anxious. About every single day, I would be telling her, oh, I feel anxious about this today. I feel anxious because my grandpa said that relationships in high school don't last. I'm anxious because this and that. Like, I was anxious every fucking day, and I always had at least one thought every single day about, oh, is she gonna leave me? Or what happens if I do this? Is she gonna leave me because of that? It was like I was constantly overthinking and constantly anxious about when she was gonna leave me. And it's like I had this sense that like I could tell something was wrong. Something was wrong with me, and this relationship should not have continued from past like the first month probably. But you know, I was like 15 and a half. I hadn't had a relationship in a while. It was like a couple years. Like in middle school, I had like this little cute kid relationship. Now I wanted a high school relationship. I wanted to know what it was like. So I was like, no, I'll carry it on. I was like, yeah, I should probably keep this relationship because this is my first time like actually dating someone in high school, so I should continue it, right? But it was my fault for keeping something and forcing something to keep working, even though it was actually becoming worse. And there was a reason why I was always anxious the whole 2 months we hadn't seen each other. And never in my life have I ever felt like this. Like, literally, I've never felt like this in my life at all. Like, I've never felt so anxious to the point like every single day I start to have nightmares over someone. My anxiety was so bad that I would legit have nightmares over when my girlfriend would leave me, because that's how much I cared about her at the time, one. And also two, my anxiety and my mental health was just so fucked up at the time. Like, I was not mentally prepared for a relationship whatsoever. And three, I wasn't even working on myself. I wasn't working out as much. I wasn't eating like clean as consistently. And also the main thing, the main reason why I was so anxious was because I kept going on the hub and I kept releasing nuts. You may have heard that when you go on the hub or when you relapse, that you get a bunch of anxiety and your mind's not as clear and your mental energy isn't like 100%. Like, you're kind of like off like most of the time after you release. And this happens way more over time. The more you relapse, the more you jerk off, then the more you're actually gonna like be anxious and always have these anxious thoughts. The fucked up thing is that I was in a relationship at the time, and I was literally still going on the hub and watching these videos. And my girlfriend knew nothing about this, obviously. I wouldn't tell her at age 15, that would be weird. But I haven't seen my girlfriend for 2 months, so I was like always feeling lonely. But I realized that my porn addiction got even worse over time, because the more times I actually relapsed and the more times I actually went on the hub itself, I would actually become even more anxious and have even worse like thoughts about like her leaving me and like us breaking up. I would just have like demonic thoughts of like us leaving, and it was just like scaring me. It was like giving me anxiety every single day. I felt fucking depressed because of it. There was literally one time when I was so anxious and so fucked up in this relationship where literally one day I had woken up and I saw that she left me on red, and that instantly triggered something inside of me. I was like, oh my god, she left me on red. Oh no, she's gonna leave me. She's gonna break up with me today. Oh my god. Like immediately my mind started like creating these stupid monkey thoughts, and then I was just thinking that, oh fuck, I'm gonna get broken up with again. And I was just having this pity party at fucking age 15 in my fucking room, like upset that this girl was gonna leave me. And I had all this anxiety, and I didn't even realize the real reason why I had this anxiety was because I kept releasing my sexual energy and my masculine energy to watching demonic videos on the hub. And literally that same day when I started having that pity party over my girlfriend, I literally started crying inside my living room. No one was there at the time, so I just had the house to myself. I was alone. And then I literally had a nightmare when I took a nap later that day too. Like I felt just fucked up. It was always pain because it was always like giving me unnecessary overthinking and anxiety, and always like this demon over my head telling me she's gonna leave me. And it was always just fucking me up every single day. Now imagine feeling anxious and feeling like your girlfriend is gonna leave you. Like you have that anxious feeling that she's gonna leave you. You have that like gut wrenching feeling like you know like something's gonna happen. Imagine having that for literally 2 months straight. This was my feeling literally every single day. And I went on a couple little vacations, if you want to call that, because I went to California one week. I went to some other places too, and literally during those times when I was over there at those places, I legit would have these gut-wrenching feelings, and I would feel scared when I was with my friends. When I was in California, I would legit have these feelings that I was gonna get broken up with, and I would always have this anxiety like she was gonna leave me. And the whole reason why this correlates to porn and my addiction at the time was literally because I kept fucking fabbing and kept releasing my seed and my energy to these random girls I don't even know on the internet. I was giving my masculine urge. I was giving my testosterone away by releasing nuts all day to these girls. I would literally bust like probably like 3 or 4 nuts like a week. That might not sound a lot, but at the time that was a lot for me because I literally was starting to quit this addiction. And as soon as I started having more anxiety and depression in my life, I started releasing even more. And it was literally like whenever I would relapse or release to these demonic videos, and immediately after I would have these gut-wrenching feelings of my girlfriend leaving me, and I would like overthink, and then immediately after like relapsing I would just like have these demonic thoughts over me. Like it was fucking me up. So I had a girlfriend at the time, so I was down bad to even be on the hub like first of all. And the whole reason this ruined my relationship with girls was literally because like I started looking at them more lustfully, and I didn't really appreciate like the actual love and intimacy those relationships gave me. I was only looking for one thing, and that was just sex. Like at that point I was so addicted where I wasn't even focused on the intimacy of the relationships anymore. I was just focused on the actual sex itself. And sometimes I would get girls even though I was a complete loser, but they were low quality. And during those relationships with those girls, and especially the girlfriend I was talking about, I would not look at them as like a beautiful creation created by God. I would literally look at them like an object. And the lesson here is that if you're struggling with porn or lust, you have to spend your energy and time into something that will actually like give you progress and give you way more success. So like something you want to do, something you want to achieve. So you have to put all your sexual energy and masculine urges into whatever you're trying to achieve. For me at the time it was boxing. So at the time when I was boxing, I would put all my urge, I would put all my energy and all my masculine urge into boxing. I would watch boxing, I would do boxing, I would think about boxing, and then I would go on runs and stuff. So that was how I actually conquered lust and how I started to get out of lust and porn addiction. And I would say like I broke this addiction like last year in August or maybe September. So that's when I started to actually like cut this addiction off completely. So you got to put all your time and energy into a goal you love and something that could distract your mind from all this lustful stuff or like all these lustful thoughts. And if you're a Christian or if you believe in God of any religion, well then look up to that God, worship the God that you're looking up to, and just like do more research about lust and like how it affects your relationship with God or whatever religion you may look up to. So like for me, I'm Christian, so I would do research about lust. And to be honest, it kind of interests me because when I do like research about lust and like how it affects my relationship with God, it actually like creates like this memory in my mind from now on that whenever I lust, God is always watching and God always knows when I'm being honest or when I'm lustful. You just gotta spend all your time into doing something you love, doing something you want to achieve. And also, last of all, meditation will help a lot. The way I was actually able to start like getting off of this porn addiction completely was literally meditating, because when you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, it relaxes your body more, and also it does this thing with your sexual energy where it's not just constrained up in your body, it's like released, like it's just you feel more calmer. If you meditate, you'll know what I mean, because once you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, then you just feel instantly more calm and like instantly more present. Like you're not just thinking about lust and sex all the time. And if you don't know how to meditate, I'll put a link in the description to how to meditate and a video on meditating. So all you do is inhale with your nose and then exhale with your breath. And without further ado, bro, I'll see you very, very soon. Wapow, wapow.